eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine. A Nebraska 12-year-old goes viral for her running videos. And Prince Philip reunites with the Queen of England, the latest on the 99-year-old's month-long stay in the hospital.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Kansans who work in critical infrastructure and cannot do their jobs remotely will soon be able to get their COVID-19 vaccination. This is KOAM News at Noon. I'm Tanya Bach. Topping our first 7 minutes. The state of Kansas combines phases 3 and 4 of its distribution plan and will move to the new combined phase next week. Starting next Monday, newly eligible Kansans include people ages 16 to 64 with medical conditions that increase their risk and those who work in critical infrastructure. Governor Laura Kelly says supply continues to be the main limiting factor to the vaccine rollout.
As I have said many times before, our biggest barrier to delivering vaccines has been the national shortage. If the Biden administration delivers on its commitment, we anticipate that we will finish combination phase 3 and 4 by late April. That's about 2 months sooner than we originally thought.
The new phase will add around 600,000 Kansans to eligibility for the vaccine. More than 500,000 more Missouri residents are now eligible for the vaccine. The state moved to phase 1B tier 3 yesterday, expanding eligibility to those who work in critical infrastructure like education, childcare, or manufacturing. KOAM's Zach Dodge shows us why workers at one local daycare are ready to get their first doses.
Bleach, Lysol, hand sanitizer, and more bleach.
You could smell the Lysol when you came in. Woo, knocks you on your socks.
Tabitha Bailey Wilson and everyone else at Dinosaur Academy in Joplin has been doing all they can to keep themselves and the kiddos they care for safe and healthy. They've taken every safety precaution you can think of and have done it religiously for the last year.
That's a long, long time of wearing masks. But, you know, if that's what protects the kids and protects our families and us, then that's what we have to do.
But now they have more of a spring in their step, excited about what they can finally do.
We all text each other, one more day. You know, one more day, it'll be Monday's coming. So we're all going tonight after we get off work to go get our shot.
The next phase of distribution has opened up in the state, and the Jasper County Health Department has hit the ground running.
We had one scheduled today and we have another one scheduled on Thursday. Both are booked so far.
Administrator Tony Moore says they're getting regular vaccine shipments and more pharmacies and other vaccinators are getting vaccine. So they're ready to get things done, vaccinating more than 300 people on Monday.
I think there's still some reluctance on the vaccine in some people, and we're hoping that people will go ahead and get vaccinated and help to protect themselves and help to protect the community.
For Wilson, she's getting vaccinated to help protect not just herself, but the kids she cares for and their families, so that all of them can sleep a little bit better at night.
I just want to be able to relax and let our children relax, go back to normal.
In Jasper County, Zach Dodge, KOAM News.
In Bourbon County, Kansas, the COVID-19 clinic in Fort Scott is taking anyone in phases 1, 2, and 3. The clinic at 4500 Campbell Drive is open until 5 p.m. today. You can find a list of upcoming vaccine clinics in both Kansas and Missouri on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com/vaccine. We've got a beautiful Tuesday before us as we speak. Enjoy it if you can. Michael Hayslip joins us with a first look at what's to come.
Okay, and because us weather people, sometimes we like to play like glass half empty, and I admit that. I want everybody to enjoy a marvelous Tuesday because I was thinking about what's going to come the latter half of this week, but don't let that dissuade you from having a great middle of the week here. The SKYWATCH storm tracker, we do have some heavier cloud cover up to the north and whatnot. It ebbs and it flows, it breaks, but at the same point in time, we are still looking at gorgeous mid-March weather for the time being. We'll break down our river-specific flood warnings in a little bit, but I want to point this out. Over here by the Panhandles and right on the Oklahoma-Kansas state line, that's a winter storm warning. Yeah, we're about to get into severe weather season. So here's where we sit temperature-wise. quite a wide range. We're looking at close to 68 in Miami compared to 51 in Fort Scott, 60 in Monette, and then you drop down to 54 in Chanute. So temperatures just here, there, and everywhere, but still pretty delightful for this time of year as the color contour and the temperature begin to rise up from the southwest. Still going to make it up into the 70s later today. I mean, you can't beat the afternoon hours. Now, let's talk about St. Patrick's Day because we are going to have some thunderstorm activity. As a matter of fact, as we sweep in on this, we'll break this down here in a little bit. High winds, possibility of hail as we work into tomorrow. As a matter of fact, Future Track will show us as it bubbles up in central Kansas and makes its way through late tonight into tomorrow morning, it will continue to flow through all the way through into Thursday morning. Backside of it, cold front. So we've got to worry about severe thunderstorm activity for tomorrow and then cooler temperatures close to the freezing mark by the time we get to Thursday and Friday. Now, also of note, Tanya, I understand you're going to take us to Bellevue, Kansas here, or Nebraska in just a little bit?
Yeah.
About six hours from Cody, Nebraska. But it's a great video and a wonderful story.
Yep, got to head north just a little bit to the story of a young sprinter from Nebraska who already has her eyes on a big prize and is working hard to fulfill her dreams. Naomi Ruckham takes us to Nebraska to meet 12-year-old Jaya Patillo.
Jaya Patillo is just 12 years old and can run 17 miles per hour. This training video went viral after ESPN put it on TikTok, and now more than 100 million people have seen it.
We started at like 12 or 13, and then we had planned on stopping at 15, but my coach said it looked like I was jogging, so we went up to 17, and he said I could have went up to 18.
Jaya is no stranger to sprinting. She's already a 9-time junior Olympian. Her dad knew early on she was destined for the track.
I would hear Jaya running, and I happened to look at her legs, and her legs were not just walking, but they were striding. And at that point, I knew that she would be a runner.
And she's got mom's backing too.
We're just here to support her and be there to make sure that she gets as far in life as she wants to go.
Jaya trains several days a week and tries to stay grounded despite racking up multiple awards and medals.
The main thing that I focus on is like staying humble and staying true to who I am and staying focused.
Jaya plans to keep running all the way to the 2024 Olympics in Paris. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
Well, it doesn't stop on the track or the treadmill. Jaya is also an honor roll student who likes to draw and paint. It's pretty awesome. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News at noon, a royal reunion.
Britain's Prince Philip reunites with the Queen. I'm Tina Kraus with his release from the hospital amid new royal family drama.
And later, we're making an Irish cream cake in the Mr. Food Test kitchen. Britain's Prince Philip is back home after a month-long stay in the hospital. His release comes as we're learning new developments about the royal family's reaction to Prince Harry and Meghan's interview with Oprah. CBS's Tina Kraus reports from London.
British police escorted the Queen's husband, Prince Philip, as he left a London hospital after 4 weeks. The 99-year-old headed home to Windsor Castle after fighting an infection and undergoing a heart procedure. Palace officials say he's in good spirits.
Huge relief, that, especially for the Queen, a bit of good news for her in what's been a very rough few weeks.
Prince Philip returns to a royal family in turmoil.
Look, it's been really hard.
After Oprah's explosive interview on CBS with Prince Harry and Meghan exposing claims of racism.
And there's a long way to go in terms of healing relationships in the family after that bombshell interview.
Sunday Times royal correspondent Roy Anika revealed Harry and his brother Prince William have been in contact for the first time since the interview aired. Harry reportedly hopes to reconcile ahead of the unveiling of a memorial to their mother later this summer.
Harry has talked to his brother, and he has talked to his father, too.
CBS This Morning's Gayle King says she talked to Harry and Meghan over the weekend.
The word I was given was that those conversations were not productive, but they are glad that they have at least started a conversation.
The insights come as Buckingham Palace has hired an external law firm to investigate claims Meghan bullied royal staff while she was a senior royal, charges the Duchess denies. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
The future king, Prince Charles, is said to be devastated about the remarks his son Prince Harry made in the Oprah interview. Still to come on the KOAM News at Noon, Mr. Food.
St. Patty's Day is tomorrow, and we have a sweet last-minute idea that's magical.
But first, Michael Hayslip returns with your complete forecast.
Well, a shot from the Vickery 8000 Sky Camera outside, where we're in store for a gorgeous, gorgeous March Tuesday as we sit at 62 degrees outside the mothership right now. Nice thing is that if you have those limbs that fell down over the weekend, today may be a good day to get rid of them. Now, make sure you consult your local fire department, but at the same point in time, no elevated fire concerns as we push toward the beginning of severe weather season. All right, so here's where we sit for the month and the year. Tell you what, talk about picking up 3 to 5 inches of rain in a matter of 5 days. Well, that's what we did last week. Now, it's still delightful outside. So like I said, get some fresh air now because it's going to change, and it's going to change drastically quick. Got some cloud cover for the west and northern portion of the 4 states. Now, when we talk about our warnings, let's break it down from a fundamental standpoint. Number one, we've got the Osage, the Little Osage, the Marmaton, and the Sac River. Those flood warnings last all the way into the weekend because we're going to have to absorb more rain here for the next several days. The Neosho, not too bad. This flood warning specifically for northeast Oklahoma is set to expire Thursday morning. Not going to be surprised, though, if it does not get extended just a little bit. I want to point this out over here in the panhandles. Not going to affect us, but it's mid-March. That's a winter storm watch that they're in the midst of because everything that begins to bubble up right here for the next 48 hours is actually going to begin as snow before it makes its way to rain as us. At the time being, we're still going to be able to make it up around 70 degrees with a nice little southeasterly breeze, not blustery by any means. But overnight, here's when it begins to get interesting. We've got thunderstorm activity that's going to make its way out of central Kansas and the southwestern portion of Oklahoma. So it's going to begin early morning. It's really going to affect our travel plans for tomorrow. Not have to worry about anything flipping over, but at the same point in time, give yourself plenty of time to get to your destination because we're going to have lightning, thunder, and the whole nine included. Look at that band of heavy rain making its way right through there. Kansas City's going to be a mess. Everything down to the south, if you have to go to Tulsa, Oklahoma City, yeah, you're going to have to drive through it as well. And even our local commutes are going to be extremely slippery all the way through the nighttime hours. Now, as this rolls through, our main threats are going to be, number one, high wind, number two, hail. We do avoid this line that really runs from about Little Rock to Memphis right there. That's that high category, okay? So that's going to be high wind, hail, the whole nine. But we do see portions of southwest Missouri and the central part of southeast Kansas and northeast Oklahoma in that low category. This is really the first time we've been able to bring out the severe thunderstorm risk map in quite some time, which, yeah, that's a good thing. But as this whole thing progresses, it's going to be one of those that the Gulf states and lower Midwest, that's us, it's going to be treacherous. And so I want everybody to be prepared for that. Let's get ready for severe weather season. And it's going to last into Thursday morning. Now, after that, cold front on the backside of it. Look at these temperatures. We're going to be stuck in the 50s. Overnight lows almost down to freezing. Tanya, there's a possibility up in our northern counties you may even see a snowflake or two. Now, here's the positive side of it. Our temperatures for the past week, they've been so warm, that's not going to really impact travel. It's just going to be a matter of fighting through the rain. So like I said, I want everybody to be on guard and give yourself plenty of extra time tomorrow.
Yeah, I think snowflakes or any type of precip like that's the last thing anybody wants to see right now. So.
No.
All right. Enjoy today, though. All right, thanks, Michael. We take this time to honor today's 4 state heroes, Sergeant James Wooten in the U.S. Army. The soldier from Riverton, Kansas, was stationed in both Alaska and later in Okinawa as a communications specialist from 1940 to 1945. Wooten became a sergeant at the age of 19, helped construct the Alaskan Highway, and while working as an interceptor, broke the Japanese code at Midway. To Sergeant James Wooten, we thank you, our 4 state hero. Although today's recipe is perfect for tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day holiday, you'll make everyone grin with envy no matter when you decide to bake it. Howard shows us how to make his Irish cream cake in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Just in case you forgot, I want to remind you that tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. That means tonight, before you go to bed, you might want to pick out something green to wear so you don't forget in the morning. Next, make sure your slow cooker is ready. So in the morning, you can just add the corned beef and cabbage, turn it on, in comes supper time, dinner is ready. Last, but certainly not least, you may want to whip up our Irish cream cake, which is magically good. We start by baking a yellow cake mix, but rather than simply following the package instructions, we add some dry instant vanilla pudding and Irish cream to the mix. Then we pour it over some chopped pecans in a bun pan. While this bakes, we'll make a quick throw together glaze to pour over it. When the cake comes out, we poke it a few times with a fork and pour the glaze on it so that it soaks in. Then we flip it out onto a platter and spoon more glaze on top. This magical cake is even better when it's shared with friends, so make sure you invite a few over. To get the recipe for our Irish cream cake, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found St. Patty's Day way for you to say, ooh, it's so good. Moist, huh? Don't get drunk.
It looks good. You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at our 4-state market prices.
'70s today, but let's remember what's on the horizon, because as we work into tomorrow morning, thunderstorm activity is going to be on us, and it's going to last all the way into Thursday morning. Be very careful. Give yourself additional time. Hello, spring severe weather.
Guess so.
What do we have coming up tonight at 5?
Well, Instagram's changing the way it protects teens on the popular social media app. The company announced it's going to use artificial intelligence to restrict adults from messaging teenagers and make it harder for adults to find and follow kids. Plus, Freeman Hospital announces the closing of its medical COVID-19 unit due to a decrease in patient volume. And Crawford County health officials talk about the state's announcement to move into the next 2 stages for COVID vaccines. Hope you join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's coming up on KOAM News at 5.
All right. Thank you, Dal. Thanks for joining us for KOAM News at Noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.